In June 1941, Nazi Germany launched Operation Barbarossa, the largest invasion in military history, targeting the Soviet Union with over 3 million troops. Hitler aimed to crush the USSR swiftly, believing in the superiority of blitzkrieg tactics. The initial advance was devastating, covering 50 miles a day. However, this overextension would later prove fatal. The invasion set the stage for Stalingrad's pivotal role as control of the Volga River and Caucasus oil became strategic obsessions. Historians argue Hitler's decision to split forces between Stalingrad and the Caucasus was a critical error. By August 1942, the Luftwaffe had reduced Stalingrad to rubble, dropping 1,000 tons of bombs daily. Civilians were trapped in a fiery hell, with 40,000 killed in the first week alone. The Volga River, the city's lifeline, became a graveyard of burned-out boats. Soviet defenders clung to the ruins, transforming every shattered building into a fortress. This urban inferno forced the Germans into brutal close-quarters combat. Negating their tank superiority, the stage was set for a battle of attrition. Stalin's Order Number 227, not one step back, mandated death for retreat. Snipers like Vasily Zaitsev became legends, picking off Germans with precision. Soviet troops fought room to room in factories like the Red October plant, using sewer tunnels for surprise attacks. Chukov's tactic of hugging the enemy, keeping Soviet lines within 30 meters of Germans, neutralized Luftwaffe support. By October, 90% of the city was destroyed, yet Soviet morale hardened. The battle became a test of wills. The Sixth Army, exhausted and undersupplied, faced Soviet counterattacks and the Russian winter. Temperatures plunged to -30 degrees Celsius, freezing fuel and weapons. German supply lines stretched 1,000 miles, while Soviet factories churned out 1,200 tanks monthly. Hitler's refusal to allow tactical withdrawals left divisions exposed. By November, German casualties exceeded 200,000, with no reinforcements. The Soviets, meanwhile, secretly massed 1 million men for Operation Uranus, a trap to encircle the invaders. On November 19, 1942, Soviet tanks smashed through weakly held Romanian flanks, executing a textbook pincer movement. Within 4 days, 250,000 Germans were trapped in a 50-mile-wide pocket. Luftwaffe supply promises failed. Only 20% of needed rations arrived. Hitler's order to stand and fight doomed the Sixth Army. The Soviets, having learned from earlier defeats, now dictated the battle's tempo. The noose tightened daily. By December, starvation and frostbite crippled the Sixth Army. Rations dwindled to 100 grams of bread daily. Soldiers boiled leather for soup. 35,000 wounded lacked medicine. The Luftwaffe's failed airlift, losing 488 planes, sealed their fate. Soviet loudspeakers blared surrender appeals, while German diaries recorded cannibalism cases. Paulus radioed Berlin, "Army starving, no ammunition, effective command impossible." Yet Hitler demanded sacrifice. January 1943 saw the Soviets launch Operation Ring, systematically annihilating German pockets. Artillery barrages, 1,000 guns per kilometer, pulverized defenses. German diaries described waves of T-34s emerging from blizzards. Survivors spoke of Rattenkrieg, rat war in basements. The Soviets, now seasoned in urban combat, used flamethrowers and sappers to clear blocks. By month's end, the Sixth Army was split into 3 doomed fragments. On January 31st, Paulus, newly promoted to field marshal, a hint to commit suicide, surrendered in the Univermag department store. Hitler raged. He could have freed himself from earthly sorrow. Of the 91,000 Germans captured, only 6,000 would return home by 1955. Soviet cameras broadcast images of the bedraggled prisoners, shattering the myth of Aryan invincibility. The victory cost the USSR 1.1 million casualties, but marked the war's turning point. Stalingrad's aftermath saw Germany's Eastern Front irrevocably weakened. the loss of 300,000 trained troops, 900 aircraft, and 1,500 tanks crippled the Wehrmacht. Soviet industry, relocated beyond the Urals, now outproduced Germany 3-1 in tanks. The battle also exposed Nazi racial hypocrisy. Romanian and Italian allies were abandoned to die. Globally, resistance movements gained hope. Even Goebbels admitted in his diary, "The German people are no longer laughing." Stalingrad's legacy was strategic and psychological. The Red Army, now confident, launched offensives that would end at Berlin in 1945. German morale never recovered. Desertions tripled by 1944. The battle also shaped Cold War dynamics. Stalin's leverage at Yalta stemmed from Soviet sacrifice here. Today, the Motherland Calls statue looms over Volgograd, a reminder that Stalingrad wasn't just a battle. It was the moment the world realized the Nazis could bleed.